Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hello, ladies, and how are you?
Hey, Richard. Hey,
Fantastic.
Leslie. All good, thank you.
Welcome to another weekly Saturday episode with Nash and Sharon. We are so glad to be back again, and it's a lovely evening here from Melbourne. It's 8:20 p.m. My name Rujeko, based here in Australia. I am a mom of two. I am a registered nurse, and I'm currently working part-time as a digital business owner. Uh, Sharon, would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Thank you, Jekyll. Hi, everybody. Always great to be back on here to share with you different topics. My name is Sharon, as Rijeko said. I'm also a mom. I work part time in the healthcare industry. And yeah, I'm also a digital business owner. Looking forward to spending time with you guys. Thanks, Rijeko.
Beautiful. Nash.
Hi, everyone. I think most of you know us already. So, I'm actually a mom of two from Perth, Australia, a healthcare worker working part time and running this online business alongside it. So, excited to be here and look forward to enjoying this one today.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. Before we start, I obviously just want to acknowledge any new followers that have recently started following us on our different pages. Thank you so much for participating and welcome. This is what we do every Saturday evening. We get together and we just have an interesting conversation that's to do with digital business. Specifically, I also want to remember our audience who are on YouTube. Hello there, YouTubers. Please don't forget to comment, like, and please subscribe. Subscribe. Anyway, drop a comment as we are watching. Would really love to hear where you're watching us from. Participate, ask any questions, and we'll be glad to address any of them that you have. Today's topic, we are going to be a little bit vulnerable. I told myself I will prepare and I'm going to be ready. We are actually talking about breaking that cycle of frustration and actually turning it into fuel. Uh, this topic, we hardly talk about it openly. And today I am just going to be that one girl who really wants to be candid with you guys today. I think I really felt what I want to talk about. It can actually, somebody, one or two people can relate, if not everybody, because that one thing that has always made me frustrated whenever I thought about it was the situation of debt. Here in diaspora, it is very common to have debts. They come in many forms because of the bills that we have, mortgages, cell phone. It doesn't matter as long as it's a debt. You just accumulate it, as you live. As you are living, it's different from when you are living in Africa. Everything is basically we buy everything with cash in Africa, but here it's a little bit different. And I'll be very honest with you. I would say when I actually became a single parent, one of the issues that used to niggle me, annoy me, whenever I faced and tried to face that situation, of the amount of debt that I had accumulated. Despite the fact that I am a nurse, I work full time, it was just an unending cycle. I couldn't get on top of it. Apart from me wanting to be a present parent, which was my desire, I wanted to be there for my children. One of the issues that actually pushed me to start a business was the debt situation. I tell you what, sometimes whenever I thought about this situation, I literally couldn't come out of bed. It was just stressing me. I thank God for just having that time to really think, having that time to actually reflect, having that time to just think about what do I want for my future? How can a business actually help me to come out of this situation? I did my due diligence. And one of the things that I realized is if I invest into a business, what I'm doing is I'm actually uh, purchasing an asset. And with this asset, it would help me a lot to cancel or to find my way out of debt. Because how many times am I going to get that same money that I have invested? How many times am I going to keep ripping it? Because that's the essence of business, right? And so it was one of the reasons that pushed me to actually invest into this kind of digital business. And as we all know, when you start a business, it's not always automatic. It does not mean that from day one, you're earning lots of money or you have revenue going in. I had to take time. I had to invest time into learning how to do the business. I had to invest time into actually attending all my training sessions. But whenever I look back at that decision, I am grateful because I think one of the most memorable years. I know I'm still young in the business, but last year was one of those points that it just was a turning point in my business and in my life. And because of the earnings that I am actually receiving from the business, I actually have paved the way out of debt. I'm more confident, I'm more secure, I'm 100% more sure that indeed I am rising. And I'm determined. I'm determined to get, to that place that I've told myself, the goals that I've already given myself as I've started this business and as I have already started canceling some of the debts that I already have. So in a way, for me, this was one of that niggling situation that really it frustrated me whenever I thought of it. But when I reflect and I look at it today, I am grateful. I am grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful for the decision that I made. I am grateful that I have managed to put a breaking or a situation I had no control, I've managed to gain control back in that situation. So to me, this business not only has it made me to be a present parent, but it's given me a way of paving out of my debt situation. And I'm so ever grateful. I don't know. To me, that's my story, and I wanted to be a little bit more vulnerable. I wanted to share because I know that one or two people who are listening. Some people ask, "So, what it is have you achieved? Since doing this business? What is your story? What is it that you are seeing? How is it that your life is actually turning around?" And I'll be very honest with you. It's not that I have managed to cancel all my debts, but I'm on my way. It's given me that pathway, you know, to actually cancel. And when I think about it, I am more confident. So not only am I managing my debt situation, but I'm also being a present parent as well to my children. I don't know, Sharon, do you want to share your story as well to our listeners today? Sorry, we'll try. There we go. There we
Oh,
go.
thank you. I couldn't find the button. Thanks, Rojeko. Oh, gosh. I can resonate with you a lot on what you've mentioned there. Thank you for sharing and being vulnerable with us and the audience. For me, I can say time. I know we've spoken a lot about time in our previous discussions, but I believe we cannot speak enough about this one. I just felt like I just did not have enough time. There was not, I felt like I didn't have the same 24 hours that everyone else had in the world, you know. Being a single mom also myself, um, everything is like on me, like full time. I look after my kids full time, and I just could not find enough time to look after them, just do stuff for them, you know, day to day things for the kids, school wise, sports wise. I just could not make it. And for me also to go to work and come back, I would find that I don't have enough time just to have that time to wind down, have self care, or just relax and not do anything. So every hour, every second was occupied by something, either for myself or for my kids. And in the middle of all that, whatever I was getting from work, it wasn't enough. So I know I'm talking about time, but it ended up being like a ripple effect into the other things that, you know, did not go right, health wise. Like you don't have time, and then it ripples into your health and everything else that needs to be looked after. So that really, i- in saying that, before I started my online business, I was thinking, oh my God, I already don't have time. Like I've got my plate full. So how am I going to do this? But it was a matter of a really sacrifice, thinking to myself, okay, if I keep on repeating what I was doing over and over, is it really going to change anything? Because I've done it for years, but it hasn't changed anything. So it was really a matter of sacrifice with the little time I had, in the little pockets I had that I could take away to just focus and put it on the business. I was like, I'm going to do this because I want to change. I know I don't have time, but the little time I can steal from here and there, I'm gonna take that, use that, and try to make a change and get back the time that I'm trying to get back with my children. So that was the biggest one, really. I just could not find time to do anything meaningful. Of course, we were managing, you know, getting through the day, but it was always as if I'm chasing after time, like I was always lagging. So I didn't want that, and I wanted out of that. And the only way I could do it was to still, yeah, get a bit of time from that limited time to build something on the side for me. And that's what I'm doing now. And I'm loving it. I'm growing as a person. And e- even though I was saying I don't have time, surprisingly, now I am slowly freeing up my time, and all of a sudden I have time to even take the kids to school, you know, those little things I was longing to do. And the only thing I changed is just, yeah, rearranging where I was putting time to put it into building something. Like you said, you're building an asset. So that's what I pretty much did. And slowly, you know, time is freeing up bit by bit, and I'm
Mm,
just loving it.
mm,
So
mm,
yeah, that's it for me.
mm. And it obviously makes it easier because with the business, you carry it with wherever you go.
That's
So
it.
even while you're at your job on a break, you are going into your business, and it
Yeah,
creates more time for you to spend with your family, but at the same time, you're building your skills, you're working in your business, you're growing as a business person. And yeah, I can see how that has worked out for you. Yep,
that's it.
yep, yeah. Nash, what's your story?
Wow. Well, guys, that was amazing. Whatever you all bringing together, it's just it sounds like my own story because it feels like everyone who's shared their piece of advice. I can see myself in there because I, for one, was there. I'm a healthcare worker, and sometimes I just had to, I guess, come to a point where I could tell myself that, look, it doesn't mean that I hate my job. I didn't hate the work I was doing. I'm not looking at what I have this so far and think that I've not made it in life. There's things I've achieved for sure. I've had about a decade in Australia, and life has been good. I've been privileged to have a beautiful family. But then what if that it didn't mean that I needed not to feel like I can get more out of life than what I was already having, with everything around me, I learned a lot of things, far and wide. Sometimes you search up, what is there, because here I am, I'm a working mom who's trying to provide financial for the family and also just be there as a present mom who's not a wreck at the end of the day. That was me. Burnt out, you do your school run, you do everything. And that was just taking a toll on me, taking a toll on my health. And I thought, now what do I do? Can I obviously, still keep somewhat level of work, but not have to work on a feel like I'm on a rat race where I'm doing work overtime, night shifts, and all of that, and then still, be able to come home and not feel like I want to just collapse and do nothing else. So I wanted more time. I wanted to know that I didn't need to worry so much as far as it meant providing financially, but still come back home somewhat energized. Doesn't mean that we always have great days of, I've got energy, but I genuinely wanted to know that I can get ahead of finances without worrying of investing the very same time that I was complaining and feeling like I'm always in short of. The kids need me there, and for me to be here, because here we don't have a maid, you don't have, you're the cook, you're the clean, you're the housewife, everything. So something had to give, and because I'd done it for over 10 years, I was like, look, what can give? And when I found this online business, it gave me a sigh of relief, because I was like, yeah, I thought that all I've been told to say I should go to school, study hard, get my nursing, do another degree and everything else, or where everyone else as well does pretty much the same sort of situation where you keep investing in time and things that you think are going to give you that very same, the self-actualization that you're chasing, be it, financially, or get a better job or get a better paying job. I just couldn't keep going. I didn't want to do the same thing and expect a different result. So when I found this business and realizing that there are others out there, much like you ladies here, and those as well that are strangers that I've met from our global business, gave me an insight of, oh, look, it's not just me. And here I was feeling like maybe I complain too much and it looks like I'm not grateful or I don't love my job. Anyone could look at something. You gotta, I guess I'm grateful for a job because I know it gives me a basis of me being able to look at other options out there. I just wanted to create more choices. I wanted to create more choice where I work, what time I actually go to work, without having to feel like I'm dedicating my entire existence to one person and build someone else's dream. I wanted mine to matter too. I wanted me to have my time with my kids and my family as a whole. So realizing that there's a moment and a point in life where we could make that choice to still be my own boss and run my own, my own business from anywhere around the world without losing out on the time with the kids as they grow so quick. It gave me, I guess, a self relief that I knew that I'm definitely on a path now, that I'm building something that it doesn't have to be like an overnight success. I just needed it to be legitimate enough for me to know that I'm on a pathway that I'm not going to look at me retiring when I'm 70. I want to bring that age closer. I want to have more time with the kids, run around and with a bit of energy and not give away my health, to the years of my life. So that is pretty much, I think, how, I was feeling. And that frustration, I thought I can only be frustrated, but I don't want to blame anyone else for this. If it was to be anything, it meant that I had to change something. And that is how I started at this business and become part of something bigger than myself, giving myself more time back, which I needed. And simply know that I'm working on, rather than just finances, my health is going to get better. And also just mentally, I'm not feeling drained. I'm more, with the outlook of there's better things out there that I'm working towards and doing, whilst I'm also growing myself, in this personal journey of things that I didn't think I would know, half the things I know now. The confidence I've built, being able to talk to people and still, present like in this matter. I never thought this could be me. I was one person to post one photo on Facebook and that's it for the year. So I'm excited, and I'm excited for what's to come and things that I know that are gonna align with my purpose and the vision that I have for my family. So I'm excited. Thanks, Ujeko. That's all I can say.
Sorry about that. I was muted. Thank you so much, Nash. So what I'm hearing from you is what you turned. Oh, thank you. What you turned. You broke that cycle of being burnt out, and you've put more time into what we are saying is you are building that asset, you are building your dreams, you are building your freedom, and eventually we are building wealth. But yeah, ladies, I really want to thank you so much for sharing your stories. It's not always easy for us to come and speak out, but we hope that you've been inspired. We hope that there's one or two people who are actually resonating with the stories that we've shared. If you have any questions, if you want to know more about this digital business, you are absolutely welcome. Drop into our DM and we'll be happy to address any questions that you have. On that point, I want to remind you guys who are watching, this month of August is a very, very special month because we have a promotion that is actually happening. So please, if you want to know more about this promotion, drop into our inbox. Or to start, just click on the link that you resonate, enter your email, and of course, your name, and we'll definitely see you on the inside. From me, Nash, and Sharon, until we meet again next Saturday, good night.